In 1971, astronaut Dr. Ed Mitchell planned to carry out the ultimate telepathy experiment: thought transfer from space.
I had been reading the literature of parapsychology and realized there wasn't an explanation in classical science. And I realized that if this was real, science was very negligent in not working to find out what is the reality here. And so the moon flight seemed like a perfect opportunity to experiment at a great distance.
Mitchell was part of the crew of Apollo 14, which was aiming to spend one day on the moon. He was determined to do his experiment as far from Earth as man had ever been. Mitchell had taken with him a set of Zener cards, often used in telepathy experiments. His aim was to communicate the symbols back to collaborators on Earth. He intended to do it during the scheduled rest periods fixed in their program.
I would concentrate on each symbol for 15 seconds, while my colleagues in the United States would attempt to write down what they thought the symbols were. I focused on the symbol, became the symbol, resonated with the symbol, so that presumably the people in the United States could resonate with me and in some way pick up that, which with amazing accuracy they did.
But the conditions and results of Mitchell's experiments have been questioned. Liftoff was late and the schedule was changed, so his Earthbound recipients did their part of the test at the wrong time. Even so, 2 of them got a quarter of the answers right, higher than the laws of chance. Back on Earth, Mitchell took his results to parapsychologist Joseph Banks Rhine.
He was the leading research figure in my history as I started studying this, and the one with the best credentials, the one with doing the most work, the most credible work, and the most scientific outlook and perspective. No nonsense, just good, hard science. And so it was natural that I would turn to him.
Based at Duke University, North Carolina, Rhine had been carrying out his research since the 1930s. Rhine spent 30 years trying to explore the paranormal through scientific means. Mitchell's space experiment was based on one of Rhine's designs. Sitting on either side of a screen, the subject tries to turn over whichever card the controller has picked and passed on telepathically. Here, a mother and child are tested for links. Using statistics, Rhine wanted to show that something more than chance was happening in his lab and on the Apollo 14 mission.
Chance could have produced this result out of 1 out of 3,000 experiments, which is pretty good t-value, statistical